And here were the Memphis Grizzlies, focused on the task at hand as they came into the arena earlier on. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On what? DA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours, but it's off the court where he says he's been on a search, pushing my limits, the flow of life, the people I meet, the environment I want to live in. All that stuff fulfills me more than everything. Kevin, the game of basketball opens so many doors for him to search.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Greg, obviously we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
And you could make that case, no doubt about it, because you're still thinking you could be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Durant and Allen at the guard spots. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Anderson. And it's Brooks at the small forward. And for the Nets, we've got Durant. He's out there with Harris. Irving is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. And here are the Grizzlies now. After the basket by Brooklyn. Over in the corner, Allen. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
Harris kicks to Durant. The rebound by Anderson. And where Brooks seemed to have carved out a niche, GA, his consistency from range and from the line.
Kev, if you can space the floor and hit your free throws, you're going to be in the rotation. Brooks really came into his own last season. And the more he refines his shot selection, the more valuable he becomes to this team. Really, the right play defensively, if you can't block, force him to the line.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is given. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And Harris drops them both. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Anderson. Back to Brooks. From the arc. A shot off that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And it wasn't a matchup they fared well in last year, as they just couldn't figure this team out.
There's Morant following the basket by Kyrie Irving.
So good at keeping his balance. Anderson doesn't let aggressive defense get to him.
Irving kicks to Durant. Lays it up off the glass.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
Valanciunas in the high post. Back to Brooks. There's the triple. Sinks the triple.
A huge part of Brooks' attack is that he understands how crucial it is that he continues to hit this shot.
KD passes to Harris. No good with the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
And it's good for 2. Irving's got 6.
I admire the confidence of Irving, always on the attack, superb at penetrating towards the rim.
Here's Morant.
Woo! Are you for real? Morant way up. That move is fire.
Harris, no good.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Such a wide open look. Brooks has got his second bucket of the game to go. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. On the wing, Harris. Irving finds Jordan. It's deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Grizzlies fourth.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
For three, Durant. It doesn't go for him. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's a three-point game, and Anderson gets it to go.
Oh, this is just being a good teammate. Durant making sure to whip the ball over to his open man.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Here's Jones, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
For three, Durant. They grabbed their own miss. Jordan got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Passes it to Melton. Now Jang, guarded by Harris. And it's sent back by PD.
Well, you aren't going to sneak that shot past Durant, not with the reach that he has.
And Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Melton passes to Clark. That shot off the mark. Dinwiddie with some nice D. On the jam by Kevin Durant.
I mean, stretched, arm strong. Durant doesn't even need to jump, it seems, to throw it down. His athleticism, his height, his length is just unreal.
Here's Melton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now the feed to Clark. Good work defensively by KD. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. And here's Harris from the arc. He can't get that one. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jang the pass to Melton. Out to the wing. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. Tie game in Brooklyn. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face night in and night out.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first half, where they, hitting on all cylinders, playing good brand of ball.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early. Aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Jones. Clark is out there with Jang, and it's Melton in at the 2.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And that one's good by Clark.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Jones looking for an opening. There's the pass to Melton. Clark with it. The 11-footer. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie drives in. Over Clark. Again, the Nets for 2.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Jang. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Allen's checked in for Joe Harris. And free throw, good from Jang. He doesn't get the second one.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
Brooks, the pass to Jang. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Jang, no luck.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. That's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Jordan.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
And Durant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. Matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And guys, it's clear though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, there were more rumors that the Grizzlies ownership were exploring relocation. Now the lease at FedEx Forum runs through 2027, with substantial penalties for breaking it early. But playing in a small market, with the financial challenges the league has seen of late, that wouldn't necessarily preclude a move someday down the road. Guys?
Hopefully they can stay put. Thanks, DA. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And here we go. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Inside, Anderson, and Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
The Nets with the lead. Dinwiddie right side. Outside Durant, fires for 3. And the Nets miss again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The offensive rebound. Anderson finds Morant. That puts them in the lead. And 12 points for John Morant.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. The Nets shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Now, the learning curve for point guards in the NBA can be pretty steep, but Irving was a quick study. It didn't take him long to become an elite player.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks it to Allen. Just 4 to shoot. Brooklyn with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And maybe the crowd had an effect on them. I mean, who knows? I mean, they looked uncomfortable at the line.
Here's Morant. After the made shot from KD. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Morant.
Now, I thought maybe the D would figure him out as the game went along. Looks like he's figured them out in this first half.
This offense just continues to impress.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Allen. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. 35 seconds left to play here in the half. Good, nice job down low. Melton's got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And that one's good, Irving. And the Nets lead by 4.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Brooks with the bucket.
What assertiveness right there from Brooks. I mean, he knows he can make this shot when given the opportunity.
Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Irving against Jones. Allen dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Dinwiddie. Lets the 3 fly. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie. That one made my day.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 18 points, and with Durant back in action, you know the Achilles will be on his mind and everyone else's. Shaq, do you see him returning to his pre-injury form?
There haven't been a lot of success stories coming back from the Achilles, but if anyone can do it, it's Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's going to take more than a year, though, Ernie, before Durant. Like Jack said, he's the one down to do it.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. If you look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Jordan is out there with Jared Allen. And it's Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. So that's the Nets 5.
A wildly unpredictable player. Anderson is skilled at drawing the D in and then making them get overly assertive.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. To be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
And that one, good. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
You try to jump on, dictate the tempo, seize the momentum. Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down.
Outside, KD. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
For Brooklyn, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Oh, the skill, length, time. Durant, he's special in all those categories. He can dominate on both ends.
Looking to end the run, and he jams it with authority.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 11, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Kevin, it's a sort of a boom or bust type of player last year. Brooks is a major league streak shooter. I mean, when he's on, he can carry your offense.
And when you look at Brooks's game logs from last year, you're spot on. I mean, one night he might put up 30, the next night he might go for 6 or 7.
Yes, yeah, but you need those explosive scorers on the roster. You know, I call him the Vinny the Microwave Johnson type. When he's hot, you're right. When he's not, selfish. That's it.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Got that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Durant.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Brooks with it. He's picked up by Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Sometimes Brooks is a tough matchup for the team, especially when he's playing with some intensity and looking to score.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%? Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
To the middle. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. It's Allen on the wing. Pocket 6.
And his teammates love this. When Allen is aggressive, trying to score, really puts pressure on the opposing defense.
For Brooklyn, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And add Valanciunas to the list of traditional bigs who are trying to stretch out their games. Last year, he shot more threes per contest than in any other season. And he actually hit them in a decent clip.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Jones checked in for John Morant. Brooklyn leading by 9. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
And even though Valanciunas has added the 3-ball to his game, his value to this team really lies elsewhere.
And yes, he better know where his bread is buttered and stay in his lane. There's no question He's there to be a space eater. Look, think about it. He gives you high-level rebounding, efficient scoring inside. And if he wants more minutes on the floor, the improved jump shot is key for him.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Jones with it. Pass to Melton. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And how about, and with that,
Nice. Phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
And it's Jones with the ball for Memphis. And if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 26. Here's Dinwiddie. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Allen. The pass to Melton. Latre. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Melton. Dinwiddie covering. And stolen by Jordan. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's Katie. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Grizzlies have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Irving against Jones. To the paint, here's Valanciunas.
He uses his physical tools to the fullest when attacking the defense. That's a heads-up play by Valanciunas.
Irving way out. He made it!
That's how you beat the clock, baby! That's how you beat the clock! Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Once in a while, a prayer like that somehow finds the net.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Dylan Brooks out there with Brandon Clark. Then there's Allen. And it's Melton in at the point guard. Allen, that's good.
This is what the coach likes seeing from Brooks. I mean, making an effort to improve his passing.
Nets leading by 15. Irving attacking, and that one is good. Irving's got 31 points.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
Brooks with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Good.
And sometimes it seems Brooks is better at scoring like this. I mean, he enjoys overcoming challenges.
Allen passes to Jordan. Now here's Dinwiddie. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 17.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Takes the 13-footer. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
This game would have a different look if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, 100% from the field for him.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Some changes for Memphis. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Morant in for D'Anthony Melton. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his third foul of the game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
Fourth foul of the game for him. He's starting to get into that danger zone.
And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Allen. That's now 8 points for Valanciunas.
Finished off by the big man. A 7-footer like Valanciunas should be operating near the hoop.
It's Allen on the wing. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. It's the Nets now. They led by as many as 18 points. Nailed from three-point land. Durant's got 16 points here in the second half.
Listen, as soon as Durant gets past the half-court line, he's in range. I know that sounds crazy, but you need to start picking him up out there.
Back to Morant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And judging Morant's game early on, I've heard a few people with Allen Iverson comparisons.
Well, put me in that number as well. That's going to be tough to fill up, but it just means he has the potential, the quickness, the athletic ability, the IQ, the handles. They're both lightning fast, slight builds, both tough. And you see the explosive ability to get to the rim and finish. I'm going to ask my boy AI what he thinks about the young Ja.
Brooks. And Jordan sends it back. Hands on the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Allen. Sweet little floater. Allen's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Irving dishes to Allen. And here's KD for 3. Shot clock reset for the Nets. And the shot goes in. And the Nets lead by 18.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Brooks, the pass to Valanciunas, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jared Allen.
Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, Valanciunas is a nice piece to have. He's a big man who's a nightly double-double threat.
And he makes the first. Valanciunas hits them both. Nets leading by 16. Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 17 points here in the second half.
On a night like this, Irving forces the D to step back and to take his medicine. They can't do anything about it.
He gets that one. And 12 points for Valanciunas.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Irving surveying the floor. Shoots the 3. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Brooks. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 5 assists tonight.
And this guy's a gamer. Brooks, I mean, you have to admire how competitive he is, even amongst aggressive coverage.
Late in the game, up big, they they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're behind by 17. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Brooklyn.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kyrie Irving.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Took him no time at all on that one.
No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range when there's no hand in his face.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Irving isn't afraid of getting physical inside, showing big-time strength to pick up the foul.
Second, so he makes them both. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Irving with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got 42 in the game.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Durant down low. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin.